welcome to Wanderstop. This is the brand new tea-making narrative game, I guess? It's a narrative game, but there's other stuff going on underneath. By Davey Redden, which is, well, among other developers, Davey Redden, but also Carla Zimonja and Daniel Rosenfeld, who is C418, probably know from Minecraft. But it's an all-star dev team on this one. You got a person from Stanley Parable and the Beginner's Guide, and someone from Gone Home in Tacoma. They're calling themselves Ivy Road, by the way. It's a narrative-centric cozy game about change and tea. The music's very comforting right off the bat, and I guess we're starting a new game. Fair enough. Let's go in. I had this problem yesterday when I was trying to boot it up. Every time I would go to focus the screen, it would start a game.
And I am a fighter. When you're in a fight with someone, only one thing matters. Control. Are you in control or not? Because if you're not, here's what happens.
Well, you need to be in control and you need to have the skills.
You feel scared. You submit. But if you do the work, if you put in the hours, if you give yourself no excuses, then you take back control.
I'm getting a kind of Steven Universe energy from this.
The moment when you realize that your pain does not have to be an impediment, that it can be what drives you. That's the reason why I became a fighter.
Right.
It's why I pushed myself harder than anybody I have ever known. I trained like my life depended on it. I did the time. I put in the work. And so, to this day, I have not lost a fight in 3.5 years. Undefeated for that long. God, it took everything. But
Very passionate voice acting.
This is what I devoted my entire life to. Finally. I'm here. I made it. I can... I lost? How? No. I must have gotten sloppy. Complacent. I must have slacked on my training. I'm so stupid! But I can use this failure to push myself even harder. Train myself back up better than ever. Right. Maybe the loss was actually a lesson I needed. Once I've made it back to the top, I'll never allow... Again. I'm a failure. I'm weak. I'm a failure. I'm a failure. A failure.
I don't deserve it.
I don't deserve it. I don't want to be this person. No. Snap out of it, Alta. Do not go to that place again. Take responsibility. This can be fixed. Only one person in the world is good enough to train me back up. Master Winters. She was an unrivaled fighter in her time. A god. She'll know what to do. Her home lies deep within a forest, at the edge of the world.
I think I understand what they're doing here.
I'll find her no matter what it takes. I'll do whatever she demands of me.
I'll explain as soon as the narrative bit's done.
It will be on nobody's terms, but mine.
Oh, it was very well presented. So I'm guessing what they're showing here is it was sort of a literal depiction of someone facing their problems head-on and then coming to the realization that head-on is not necessarily the way that they're going to get past this impediment. Determination will carry you pretty far, but eventually you'll run into something where you simply can't just attack it anymore. You have to come at it from a different angle. And so maybe part of this is telling the player as sort of metaphorical vessel, even a fighter can't only be a fighter, right? You have to be more than just that. Which I think is a good message. But I'm also probably reading too far into it. I haven't seen anything yet. Big thank you, by the way, to the publisher for sending over a code. I greatly appreciate that. And sorry it's taken me a few days to get to playing it, but I think we're in for a good time. It's refreshing to have something to chase again. I feel like I'm about to do a Wii Fit workout. A Ring Fit. What kind of training will Master Winters put me through? I'm sure it'll be brutal. Good, I hope it's brutal. Just have to, ugh. Rest a moment. The rest a moment had a little leaf over it, so I think it was telling me that's what I need. I'll just rest for a moment. No, I can't stop now. What are you doing, Alta? See, this is why you lost those fights. You keep hesitating. I think it's about, like, untraining that sort of response. There's, like, a call and response in certain people's heads where they get certain stimulus elicits a certain output every time, and they get locked into that dichotomy. And so maybe it's about expanding your scope to see a bigger picture as well. I was lazy. I let myself get complacent. I have to ensure it never happens again. That's all that matters. I have to... Wait, what's going on? Looks like your sword's too heavy. Why does my sword suddenly feel so heavy? What happened? God, I can't carry it. Stop this, Alta. Pick your sword up. Pick it up. What are you doing? No. This is impossible. I've carried this sword with me every single day for more than 7 years. I think you're suffering from sword-carrying burnout. It's part of my body, my own body at this point. What's going on? What's wrong with me? Do I leave the sword here? Can I do that? Is that okay? Don't know if I have any other choice. I'll never find Master Winters at the pace I'm going. At this rate. This is like a thing that you'd always hear in anime. They'd always say, at this rate, X is about to happen. I'll just leave it here for now. Then as soon as I find her, we'll come get the sword and resume the training. I'll be right back. Oh, I think that was more than a small step. Okay, there we go. It feels so good to move quickly. I think they said that in Ring Fit Adventure, so... It feels so good to move quickly. And then the Ring Fit thing would say some creepy line about, like, isn't it good to feel the sweat all over your body? Or, like, some kind of thing like that. And I'd always be creeped out every time I heard that line. Like, don't talk about my sweat. You're a ring. Let's rest again. Just for a second, just for a moment, and then back to it. I'm gathering my energy. I'll summon everything I have and push until I find Master Winters. Ethan Winters. God, I wonder how few hands Ethan Winters has by now in 2025. Just gathering my energy, then right back to it. Yeah, I think you've stopped caring about your own body and are so driven by your goal that you've got a mind-body disconnect. Oh, I'm going to have to get rid of that playlist command because all of my playlists are going to be deleted from Steam soon, or from Twitch soon. Oh, there he is. It's, it reminds me of the guy from Game of Thrones a little bit. Very good morning, miss. Good to see you're awake. I have to go. Oof. My goodness, are you not feeling well? I can't stay here. I need to leave. Oh, I see. How delightful. I thought they were carrying all that stuff in their arms, like cradling it, but I think it's all just in their overalls or you know, pocket there. Oh, pretty. Say, Bora would very much like a cup of tea. Which is to say, this one's name is Boro. A pleasure to be making your acquaintance. Can I borrow a cup of tea? And are you having a name as well? Alta. Wonderful. Welcome to Wanderstop, Miss Alta. Wanderstop is the name of my tea shop, you see, right there in front of us. As long as I am making tea, would Miss Alta like some tea as well? No. An acceptable answer. Tea only for Boro, then. Wait. Did you carry me here from the forest? Indeed, it seems I am still having the upper body strength of my youth. Oh, and so many mushrooms as well. Boro was once fastidious about developing his triceps, if you can imagine. My sword. We have to go back and get my sword. Oh, not to worry. Boro already retrieved the sword. It was lying not far from where I found you. So you could pick up the sword? Did it feel really heavy? No, I don't believe so. Just a normal sword weight. Is the sword supposed to be heavy? It was heavy just before I passed out. How interesting. No, it was simply the weight a sword should be. May I be asking what brought you here to the forest? I'm looking for someone. I see. For fun? Master Winters is a legendary warrior. She lives somewhere out here. I need her to train me. So for fun. Wonderful. Now then, is it time for the tea Boro promised to himself? Very exciting. Or it is time, rather. Something has occurred to me. You said you are not wanting to drink tea, but perhaps you wish to help me make tea. The making of tea, it is good for the soul and body, perhaps help you recover. Say nothing. Ah, was I off? Is Miss Alta not interested in even making tea? Well, please know that I only thought you would enjoy something fun to do while resting. After all, you've had a turbulent day today, why not enjoy yourself a moment? You can run back to the woods, yes, it's true. Or you can briefly relax here while keeping your hands occupied. What is there to lose by spending just a few easy minutes making tea? Ah then, of course, straight back to your exciting journeys in the forest. Nothing but a momentary diversion, what do you say? Do not feel like you have to answer right away. I will be over there inside the shop. Their way of speaking and their... I don't quite know how to say it. They have like a pleasant, respectful distance from everything, so they're not trying to be overly forceful in any way. It's always just sort of a gentle guiding hand if you want it, but also respectful if you don't. Whatever that tone is, it's very comforting, and I'm sure that was, you know, intended. If you wish to help me make tea, come speak with me. I would be glad to show you how. It is entirely up to you. Please take your time and be well. Very colorful. Kind of reminds me of the same color scheme of Slime Rancher 2. It's like everything is coated in candy syrup. Left trigger to run. Right. Oh, very soft shadows as well. Lovely water shader. Oh, it has like a nice slosh to it, too. I think the actual plane is moving, too. It's not just a shader effect. I'm not allowed to go in it yet. This is making me want to get back to Slime Rancher 2, honestly. I was waiting for more updates, and I think they've had a few, so maybe it is time. Oh, that's so pretty. The audio is really comforting, too. The relaxing sway of the brush in the breeze. Don't know who that is. We'll probably meet them at some point. Oh, it's so whimsical. The colorful lanterns. Lovely. Oh, water wheel. I somehow missed that. Is it iridescent? It's like oxidized metal or something. That's really pretty. I think it takes a sort of a fisheye lens slight zoom when you go down toward the ground. It's a little confusing that it does that, but I guess it's to give you a larger sense of what's around you. Oh, that's a strange and fun flower. Pink seeds. I'm gonna take all of your pink seeds. Oh, I can plant them here. Okay. Stash, please. To open a pocket, press and hold D-pad. To retrieve an item, scroll through the inventory list using R. Okay. Got it. Well, we're gonna talk to Boro. Just wanted to get one more look at this. It's so vivid and colorful, saturated. Fun. Yeah, I heard the tea making compared to sort of like a Willy Wonka scenario, and I guess I kind of see it. Some incredible glass work they've done. Oh, there's totally iridescence in the glass shader. That's beautiful. Oh, I love that. I'm gonna steal that idea. I hope you don't mind. It hadn't occurred to me to add a, like, iridescent layer to glass like that, and... well, it should have, but seeing it in practice like this, I freaking love it. I know how to do it, too. Yeah! Look how pretty. All of that just to get one little drop. Alright, do we want to talk? I just kind of want to look up here first. Oh, so cozy. Lynn would love this. No, not that kind of Willy Wonka. The kind that we idealized it as when we were children, I'd say. Dappled stained glass. Oh! That's a nice touch. You kind of reflect on the area around you. I know you didn't mean anything by it. I wasn't trying to, like, shoot you down or anything. And I'm sorry to be that way. I just, like, occasionally I want to just see the happy version of something, even though I know there's always, like, a darker message, or often there's a darker message. And Willy Wonka is pretty overt about it, so it's not like it's a huge stretch. Yeah, it's all in jest. Alright, I've taken the gardening book. And I guess we'll go talk. Oh, all the ladders move like that. Cool. Alright, you gonna teach me about tea? Oh, you're gonna do a little spin. Ah, hello, miss. You've decided to join me. I'll do this with you only until I'm well enough to travel, or... No, I just wanted to tell you I'm leaving right now. Well, it seems a bit rude to leave when he rescued me and all. Very good, I am understanding completely. Now then, we must be showing you the steps to make tea. He feels like one of those really polite and, like, gentle butler types that, like, lives to serve other people and is just so happy to do that. I think there's a lot of honor in that sort of thing, as long as, you know, they're happy to do that sort of thing, too. It's just when people get put in that position that they don't want to do, it's not so great then. He looks like a Pixar, yeah, a bit. If we're going to do this properly, we must harvest our own ingredients, no cutting corners at Wanderstop. I could totally see this as a Pixar film now that you say it. Please, won't you come with me? I'll show you the maintenance room to gather our tools. Hold right trigger to highlight the current location of other characters and key items in the clearing. Okay. Oh, okay, we've got T-Vision. Now, this room, and I don't think I'm the only one to think of this, this really reminds me of Brock and Sindri's home on Yggdrasil. You know how there's that spot where there's, like, a supply area, like a little cupboard area, and I think Atreus or Kratos, like, stays there for the first night they move in, and you look out the window, it's shaped a bit like that, and it's got a beautiful view too. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. It's in Ragnarok specifically. Welcome to the maintenance room. Here we find all sorts of useful tools for running a tea shop. Oh, like dumping. Well, I guess they'd have stuff on them and they dump it out. For instance, the tools we must use to dry the tea leaves. Do you see the basket that is right there? Go ahead and pick it up. The basket in hand, you gather up tea leaves that have grown outside. Just scoop them right into the basket, no trimming required. Remember, you need an entirely full basket before tea drying process can begin. Once your basket's full, return here and place the leaves in one of the bowls. These will begin naturally drying themselves just like that. If you've used up all the tea bushes in the front of the shop, you can always find more in the clearing. They grew them in plentiful numbers along the outer edge of the clearing. No need to worry about running out. All sounds good. Why don't you get some tea leaves drying, and then please come speak to me. Okay. I'm just surprised you didn't have tea leaves already dried, because it seems like you love doing this. Okay, we'll just give it a little swipe. Jesus, we're gonna have a lot of tea at the end of this. Ah, it gave me the exact number of bushes I needed. So we'll place them in our baskets. Or just the one, I guess. Excellent job. Please come see me to discuss next steps. We set the leaves out to dry, and it will be several minutes before the process is complete. Once they've fully dried, they will clump together into a tea ball. Easy for storage and transportation. Do they really turn into a tea ball? Because I've played T-ball when I was a kid, and I don't remember them being leaves. Yeah, the T-ball really is the most convenient of nature's miracles. Then again, I don't know why I'm looking for, like, naturalistic continuity in a whimsical fantasy tea shop. But, miss, we can put the T-ball out of our minds for now. The next step is to do a bit of gardening. Perhaps you already saw the wall of tools behind you. Each of them can help us in some way. I like the colorful shears. They look like a bug flying at me or something. For right now, though, all we need is the watering can. It's a great frog. Yeah, that's a really good frog. Please, won't you take the watering can with you? Perhaps stash it in your pocket for easy use. Then with your watering can stash, come and meet me outside by the garden. Alright, we'll stash our basket. Stash skit. X can be used when items in your hand or when items on the ground in front of you. Also, X will give it to you is the other thing. Open a pocket. Hold. Yeah, got that. Want the frog, please? Just that. I gotta go fill it up at the water tap. Before we begin, can Boro suggest that you please stash your watering can? Oh, okay. We will come back to the watering can in a moment. Done. Are you proud of me, Boro? Welcome to the garden. Here's where Boro likes to do the planting of plants. That's a perfect thing to do with them. As you can see, we're already having a blue fern here in the garden. But, miss, we can grow the simple plant into a larger one, almost like magic. Please, imagine a grid surrounding our blue fern. I always do. If you were to plant 2 additional simple plants on either side of it, forming a line, then the fern in the middle becomes a plant egg. Now, hang on a second. When I grow plant eggs, they don't grow in the middle, they grow on the opposite sides. This game isn't realistic at all. It is the miracle of life. Here, I'll give you a seed for more blue ferns so that you can try it for yourself. There's some freaking big seeds, man. Of course, you can be making these plants anywhere in the clearing that you'd like, not just the garden. Boro simply enjoys the feeling of making plants in the garden. So why don't you go ahead and make a line of blue seeds and let me know when it is done. It is done. Line of blue seeds. Bonk. Bonk. Plant egg grows. It just looks like a cabbage. It is done. I finished making the plant egg. Fantastic. The next step was to be watering it. Remember the watering can you stashed earlier. Now's the time to be retrieving it. Please take the watering can to any of the spigots connected to water. We have several around. Fill the watering can with water, then pour it on your new egg. Once you've done this, please do come speak to me again. Hang on. Oh, that's a brewing packet. I thought that was my, How do I get to it? Where have you put my watering can? I thought I understood. I thought it was on X and then in the D-pad menu. Oh. Okay, I see. It's in the wrench version of X. That's gonna be one full frog. Beautiful. How much water would you like? Oh, I see a friend. What friend are you? Oh, are you an angry bird? Oh, they're so cute. I love them. The sounds they make are very silly. I recently got into these Arctic burrowing birds. They're all white, except they have red eyebrows, and they're freaking neon red. And when you talk to them, they say, the Bible. Every time you talk to them, all they want to tell you about is the Bible. It's one of my favorite new birds that I've recently discovered. Arctic burrowing bird, I think, is how you find them. Look for the red eyebrows. You can't miss it. They're very cute. All right, stash that. You've successfully watered the plant egg. Once you water the egg, it will grow into a hybrid plant. The plant you have made is what I call a small hybrid. What about a hybrid theory? Do you have any of those? My wounds, they will not heal. Try using your watering can on it again. It will grow more seeds. In this way, you can be using small hybrids to make as many new plants as you'd like. I'd like 1 trillion, please. Once you've picked a fresh new seed from the small hybrid, please let me know. I can be using my watering can. Oh, I've put them on the ground instead. That was a mistake. No, I think I've done all the watering that can be done. Because I watered it like 3 times before. That's good. Oh, did you find the cool bird I was talking about? Does he say the Bible? Okay, I got more seeds. Excellent. Let's move on to the next step. Oh my god, how many steps are there? Or is this going to be written down anywhere? Yes, of course. All this is written in the book in our library. I will point you to it later. Don't worry, I already took it. It's in my hand. Well, it's in my pocket. But for now, I would like to show you the next type of plant. Can you guess what we'll be making after small hybrids? Guess. Large hybrids? Oh, I like foxtail agave. So close. The answer was large hybrids. Oh. Just as small hybrids produce seeds, large hybrids will produce fruits. Remember how you used a line pattern to make a small hybrid? Well, to make a large hybrid, instead we make a triangular pattern. You do not have to reuse any of the plants we planted to make the small hybrid. This is an entirely new shape. How does that sound? Simply use some of the blue seeds you produced to make a new triangular pattern. Once you made the large hybrid, water it to receive fruit like you did to get the seeds. Go ahead and try it. Please tell me when you picked fresh. I thought we already made tea, though. Like, we got tea leaves first thing. It's right at the center, though, now. I don't have, like, a nice spot for it. I guess I'll put it here at the corner. See you around, Manali. Take care. Oh my god. It's enormous. I didn't think it'd be that big. You see its fruit light up? I think it's fully watered. I'll go refill my frog. Oh, I'm sorry you've ever doubted you. It is just the Bible. Yeah, it just says the Bible. That's all it likes to tell you about. Such a funny bird. Alright, I'll have those, please. Chip chip. Just one chip chip? Okay, I've got it. I learned about the inner carrot yesterday. Do you know about the inner carrot? The carrot core? I'll let you in on a little carrot secret if any of you are interested. I'm sorry to diverge from the game, but just for a moment. If you cut the top off of the right kind of carrot, and I don't exactly know how to tell you what the right kind is, but a carrot that is reasonably thick and somewhat moist, I suppose it needs to have a little bit of a fibrous texture to it. So you cut the thick end off the back of the carrot, right? You know, where the greenery would come out. And you put it on a hard surface. And you just push it down and roll it over the hard surface. Like, you know, when you're making dough or something, right? You're kind of kneading it and pushing it down. So you roll the carrot until it breaks the bonds of the inner core of the carrot. And if you get the right carrot and the right roll, you can actually extract the inner core of the carrot, and it's apparently much sweeter than the rest. So you just learned a little carrot tech here in 2025. I've seen it done. I don't know if it's reliably doable. I did it. I made fruit. Wonderful, miss. You have excelled at gardening. Truly you have. The fruit you've made is called a chip chip, and we will be using it in our tea momentarily. I will tell you, though, if you wish, there are many more hybrids to discover. We have a variety of large hybrids and small hybrids that can be made using these patterns. Here, I will be giving you a field guide that shows you more. See, the ends knows about the carrot tech. Within the pages of this field guide, you will see prompts for how to make the other hybrids. You can also learn about the fruits each large hybrid produces. Understanding the attributes of these fruits will be quite useful when making tea, yes. Okay, that's all for gardening. Do you feel accomplished? Yeah. Haha, it is a begrudging sense of accomplishment, but I will accept it. However, we are now done with gardening, and it is time to make the tea. Come, let's go inside, and I will explain the tea machine to you. Chip chip. Cheerio. Oh, Bab. Eustace Bab. This field guide belongs to... Not sure. Oh, I can hide in a bush. Can I put my chip chip on the table? I can. Chip chip cheerio. Here we are, back inside the shop. What a whirlwind adventure you and I have been on. Why is this so complicated? I thought tea was simple. Haha, goodness no. Tea making will crush the mind, it will. Really? If this is all too much information, then perhaps we should take a small break, just to let our minds relax a bit. Oh, Boro could tell a joke. Sure, tell me the joke. Okay, here is the joke. A librarian and a farmer are eating dinner in a fancy restaurant. Suddenly, one of them notices a sign that says no librarians or farmers allowed. That's a terrible restaurant. Who would keep them out? They both became quite scared that they are going to be kicked out of the restaurant, when suddenly the farmer removes his mask and reveals he's actually an astronaut. Or maybe... Actually, hang on. What if they're eating dinner in space and the sign says no astronauts? Okay, yes, that is much funnier. Are you improvising this joke? Yes. Why? Well, Boro is attempting a more organic feeling for the joke. That way the humor is feeling light and fresh, wouldn't you agree? Fine, but this better make me laugh. Yes, of course. Okay, where were we? The librarian and the farmer are eating dinner in a restaurant in space, and the sign says no astronauts allowed. This means there is no concern of them being kicked out of the restaurant until both of them remove their masks, and they're both astronauts. Oh no, this is a tragedy. Surely they're going to be kicked out of the space restaurant. But then, let's see. But then, the sign removes its mask too. It isn't a sign after all, it's the dessert menu! They both order dessert. One asks for custard and the other asks for a banana split. Are you a physical manifestation of the disarming quality needed to remove anxiety, Boro? Your whole premise was basically worry about a thing that might not happen and is sort of irrational in the first place, and then substitute it with something else that is also irrational, and then come to realize actually the thing you were worried about didn't matter in the first place and it turned out fine. I maybe didn't describe that super well, but hopefully you get what I'm going for. Then after dessert, they leave the restaurant and go to a movie theater. Or maybe he's just telling a joke. Is this joke going somewhere? Miss, this is all part of the process. Humor cannot be rushed. Yeah, but it has to get somewhere eventually. See, she's worried about the destination and he's on the journey. You gotta think about the journey. I get you now. Boro, do not worry. With Captain Boro in charge, this joke boat will be steered safely into the harbor of laughs. Okay, so after dinner, they go to the movie theater, and they look at what movies are playing. Many movies are showing. There are some comedies, some dramas, a couple of horror films, and I'm surprised there's so many movies. Let's see. Oh, I've got it. Here's the punchline. So, one of the astronauts says, how about this movie? It's called The Train That Ran Out of Fuel. And the other one says, no thanks. I hear it really loses steam at the end. You know what? Fair enough. This is a technique that I've not really seen employed frequently, where a comedian will just keep talking until they can figure out a way. Do you get it? The movie and the train both lose steam. I am laughing. Indeed, even though you're not actually laughing on the outside, I'm quite certain you are laughing internally. At any rate, that delightful diversion into comedy has left us both refreshed and relaxed. Thank you, Boro. Shall we get back to tea making? I'm quite excited because this next step is most important of all. Behold the tea machine. High tea. The tea count is off the charts. I freaking love that shader. Yes, the tea machine is a most vital part of preparing drinks. Is it user-friendly? Mrs. I do not even know. But for your convenience, I will add a few new pages to your field guide. Pour the water, climb the ladder until you reach the rope hanging from the ceiling, pull the rope downward to pour a fresh batch of water. Heat the water. Once the water is in the orb, pump the furnace to heat the water. Keep going until the water is boiling and steam rises. They will also explain where to be using the tea ball and the chip fruit that we made earlier. How does that sound? Would you like to try using these instructions to make tea? Can you just show me the steps? I'm not sure if I want to be constantly checking a book. Hey, of course, I am completely understanding. I will show you the steps to use the machine, but remember that they are all written down in your field guide as well. First, climb up the ladder at the top of the rope. Ladder can conveniently be used to access all parts of the tea machine. Looks like a very slippy handle on the ladder, like... you lose your grip on something like that. You want something with a little bit to grip into, you know? But it does look nice. Once you're up here, pull down on the rope and pour as much water as you'd like. Okay, give that a shot and I'll move on to the next step when you're done. Brandishing that chip fruit. I wonder why she's wearing this mask still. Looking like a bandit. There it is. Alright, next up is to heat the water. Simply climb down the ladder a bit to reach the bellows. Pump the bellows while keeping the heat at exactly the right temperature. Once the water is fully boiling, the step will be complete. Can you imagine this glass got like a crack in it or something? It would be the saddest day of all time. It's like one enormous bubble of glass. It's like a physically impossible structure. It'd probably collapse under its own weight, but who cares? It's great. She's hitting it like a cat. Ah, now that is some steaming hot water. You're doing quite well so far managing our complicated tea machine with ease. It's really not that complicated, though. It just looks it. Tell me, are Boro's instructions helpful, or would you rather be figuring out the rest of the machine on your own? Oh yeah, let's see what you have to say. Of course, more than happy to help. Next, you will rotate the ladder to the right until you reach this valve. Kick the valve, and it will transfer boiling water over to the infuser. Oh, I don't even have to get off it. Cool. Valve kicked. Oh, what's that called? That's a particular type of thing where it pulls it up like that. And just like that, our water scurries over to the infuser. No, not a siphon. There's like a particular physics interaction with that shape. This is... never mind. It's far too abstract. It's something I saw a YouTube video about one time. Well, the infuser is open. Position yourself in front of it with an item in your hand. You can reach the infuser from the bridge or while still on the ladder, whichever you prefer. Then toss any item into the infuser, any item at all. This is, of course, where you'll be placing a T-ball and a chip into the mixture. Give it a shot. Oh, I don't think I collected the T-ball, so I should probably go get that. Oh, right, these guys. That's very cute. Oh, they're going around the little railroad track. Okay, where's our pantry again? Oh, through here. T-ball. There. Keep getting confused by the button somehow. Oh my god, it's bright. Hang on. That's a seed. Where's my chip? Oh, there. I got it. Oh, it's so colorful. The water will only be changing color once you've added your T-ball. One more valve to kick, and we'll move to our final step. Oh. I didn't mean to do that. I abandoned the ladder by accident. I don't think you're allowed to fall. You just have to take the ladder down. That's okay. The finished tea has been transferred to our final orb, the pyramid. I'm nervous about kicking near all that glass. Next step will be to get off the ladder, find an empty cup, and place it on the grate below. Because I'm just thinking all of the reverberation, right, through the glass would cause... the heavier the structure is and, like, the further separated it is by pieces, the larger stuff that's up top would all kind of reverberate and carry the vibrations through it. Then pull the rope you see here in order to pour the tea into the cup. And you've got, like, gallons of scalding hot water hanging over us in a very breakable orb. There could be a real horror scene to that. But I don't think it's that kind of game. Thankfully. And that's it. You will be having yourself one shiny new cup of Chip Chip tea. You can even pour multiple cups of tea from the same batch. Really? All of this was not for one single cup. Do I have a cup? Am I going to produce it? Oh, there's one there. I thought one would just appear when I dispensed. I mean, geez, you can't really tell where the top is gonna be. That's not how I pour my tea at home, but okay. Alright, we've done it. Ah, is this the tea that you have made? Yes, here it is. Aha, splendid. Mind your hands, the whole outside was coated in burning liquid. Well, you've got gloves on, you'll be fine. Delicious! It is everything that Bora was hoping for. Won't you join me at my favorite bench? I think it would be a perfect place to enjoy this tea. Fine, that's the spirit. Ah, delightful. A cup of tea, a nice view, and a new acquaintance. Tell me, do you find the scene as enchanting as I do? Is it a feast for your eyes? Ah, I'm not an art critic. Does one need to be an art critic to admire the view? No. But an art critic would be better at it. Just like I'm better than art critics at fighting. And you're better than me at whatever it is you do. Ah, but am I better than you at running a tea shop? How can you know for sure? Trust me. I must tell you, miss, there are a few satisfactions in the world like running a tea shop. To make a warm drink and put it in the hands of a customer, yum, what a feeling. If you ever put your mission on hold, I am always looking for help here at the shop. Oh wait, put my mission on hold? Why exactly would I do that? Simply mean that it is possible you decide to stop looking for this Master Winters. And if that were to happen, you would be welcome to stay here and... What are you talking about? You think I'm someone who would give up on this? It could happen. People are changing their course all the time. Perhaps you're not able to be finding her, or you are simply tired. It is normal too. Wait, no, stop right there. Yeah, see, they're building into her character that she's so desperate that she's, like, blinded to every other possibility of life. What's weird, though, is you could misinterpret this as, like, give up on your dreams as a message. And I know that's not what they're going for. But I think if you don't see the bigger picture, that it could be taken that way. A lot of people, they're like, I will dedicate myself to this one thing. I will live or die by this idea and concept. Like, I have to succeed. And any other thing is, like, seen as being weak or, you know, that you're not allowed to give yourself the latitude of taking in other things. And I think this is trying to soften that message a bit and say, like, your life is bigger than any one cause, no matter what it is and how much you love it or care about it. You kind of can't get so blinded by that one thing that you forget to see everything else on the way. You've known me for 10 minutes, and you're talking about how you think I'd quit. Like, the amount of what seems to be anger, like she's kind of snapping at him over that, It's telling me this is just a projection, right? She's actually the one telling herself she can't quit and throwing it at him when he didn't mean it that way at all, and she probably knows that. I devoted every day of my life to this, every single day for years and years. You have no idea the sacrifices I've made, the pain I've endured. You can't begin to imagine it. And based on his temperament, I'm sure he would grant you any claim like that without a second guess. Like, he would immediately be like, I'm sure you've done that, yeah. And she's posing it like as if he's challenging her when he's not. And her eyes twitching, you see that? Do you understand that fighting is the one single thing I've spent my life on? I can't give it up. I'm sorry, miss, I was not meaning to touch on such a nerve. It's not a nerve, it's me. You're talking about me. If I don't find Master Winters, then I can never be the person I want to be ever again. Right. Yeah. Yeah, they're claiming that if you build your entire identity upon one foundation, when life is as fickle as it is, when that foundation could crumble for reasons beyond your control, you can't be in a position where your entire identity crumbles too. You need multiple points to ground yourself, not just anything, whatever that thing is. But you think I should just give it up, live in mediocrity for the rest of my life? No, I'm sure he doesn't think that. Just serve tea and try not to spend every single day thinking about how I had everything and let it slip away. Do you want me to fail? Would it feel good to see the big, strong warrior have to fall and cry and beg for help? Miss, can I? What am I doing here? Why am I even having this conversation? Oh, the sword's entirely too heavy now. It's a bit like the Thor hammer, right? It's like saying you're not worthy. It's not saying you're not worthy, it's saying you're on the wrong path. Like, the strength you need is not gonna come from your muscles, per se. If that makes sense. Why? Why can I not lift my own sword? It doesn't make sense. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here right now. That's Kokiri Forest. You're gonna get lost in the dark woods. You don't even have a hook shot. No, 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 I can't give up on finding Master Winters. Never, not until she trains me back up into excellence. Back into being undefeated. I don't think that works that way. So we're adding a little bit of delusion on top of it. I think once you've been defeated, you can't be undefeated again. But, your ego needs it to sound that way. If I have to, I'll... Oof. I can't believe how tired I've been. Rest a moment. Is that really okay? Can I just rest?
Think, Alta. Why are you here in this forest? Because of those fights. I lost. I lost and there was no good reason.
Oh, Boro is Winters. Oh, why didn't I think of that? It's probably right.
I lost. It was so stupid. I was undefeated for over 3 years. Remember how bad it felt, Alta? How you wanted to die? That's why you're here, in this forest. Hold on to that feeling. Hold on to that anger.
Yeah, anger only gets you so far. It's a powerful motivator, but it's not a deep motivator in a lot of cases. Yes, ha ha ha, this is the motivation I need. I need the fear and the anger. I needed to lose. I can use it to get better. Look at me, I'm back. How do you like this, huh, Boro? You think I'd quit because it got hard? Maybe once I'm back to normal, I'll find him just so I can. See, she's completely misattributing the anger now, too. Just so I can show him how strong. He's gonna keep rescuing her from the forest, isn't he? Yeah, anger is for the sprint, not for the marathon. And life's a marathon. Ah, there you are, coming around again. So it's turning into a Groundhog Day. I must say, continue to carry you from here in the forest is reinvigorating Boro's triceps. How are you feeling? Any better? Miss? Something wrong with me? Or something's wrong with me. What's going on? What's wrong with me? Miss, I'm not seeing anything wrong with you. I don't know. I'm just certain something is wrong. Well, I am knowing exactly what the problem is. You do? Miss Alta, you are tired. Can you not see how tired you are? It is palpable. You radiate exhaustion. I'm not a scientist doctor. I did not do the 14 years of scientist doctor school. But it is obvious that what you need is some time to rest. To take your attention off this task of yours and just let the mind wander. That sounds unproductive. Right, and remember, Alta, if you are not productive and produce capital at all times, you are worthless. The only beat of the drum that matters. Extremely. Now you are understanding. Now Alta being so productive is causing her great harm, it would seem. But if I can find Master Winters, any pain I put myself through now will be worth it. Miss, I cannot make you stay here. You are welcome to return to the forest. You can go out there and run to your heart's content. You can collapse again and again and again, if that's what you want. And then one of these times you'll be collapsing for good. But here in the tea shop, you could spend some time relaxing. Will it fix you? No, but it may let you heal just a little bit. Here's what I'm suggesting. Stay here and help me run the tea shop just for now. The work is simple here, but it is enjoyable. It's not hard. We have no goals to meet and no schedule to keep. We work on our own time. Might be a good way to take your mind off things and just relax. Then when you feel fully at 100% strength again, away you go. Simple, restful, and no obligations. What do you say? Let me think about it. Of course, there's no pressure to come or go. You may do as you please. How about this? I'll be here in the shop tending to what is needed. If you'd like to try out running the tea shop, just come speak with me. Take your time, there is no rush. His ears remind me of a funny bear. In before caffeine addiction. Well, tea's not that bad for caffeine. How on earth? I wrapped my headphone cord around my leg in 2 ways and I didn't even notice it until just now. It was like a figure 8 around both of my legs. The heck? Visit those nice birds. I forgot where they are. Oh, they were next to where I planted that flower. I don't even think I saw this area over here. Ooh. Don't know what that is. It looks quite nice, though. A hue shroom. Oh. I picked it and I planted it. Okay, I didn't know you could do that. The grid kind of reminds me of Viva Pinata a little bit. I wonder what happens if I run out again. Yeah, it keeps coming up for some reason. I keep mentioning Viva Pinata on the stream lately. Oh, hang on. Put the huge shroom away. Oh, I need a basket, don't I? I can't harvest the tea leaves without a basket. Alright. Just want to talk to these guys. Look at their faces! Are they petable? Oh. Oh, they're so silly. Why are they so wiggly? Just little wiggle guys. I want to give him a squeeze. Oh, he's hiding his face. Pet. Oh, I was petting him. Cute. That's a good fluffin'. Well, I guess we're gonna get your eggs or something. It's a very pleasant building. I think this has to look the way it does, right? Because it's sort of, it's reminding you that even though you have a focus on a particular destination in life, look at the wonderment you might be missing, right? There's so much just odd and curious and beautiful stuff right below the surface. If you're only focused on getting strong or getting where you're trying to go, I mean, that's a noble goal, of course, but there's some cool stuff here, too. Oh, the radio's making weird sounds. Can we listen to Dog Channel? Dog Channel. Alright, I found you. Oh, I thought he was just doing a little dance before, but I think he was just going to his mark to talk to me from. It's like it was one step behind him, so he fully turns 180 and then turns back to me when he gets to the mark. Aha! So you're feeling up for helping me run the tea shop, then. Briefly. Literally, as soon as I could pick up my sword again, I'm out of here. Of course, the very split second you were well enough. Besides, I owe you for carrying me out of the forest. I suppose it's good for my training. I have literally nothing. Yeah, I'll say I owe you. So, if I was in your debt for that, consider the debt repaid. Oh, well, you didn't have to phrase it like that. I thought you were trying to show gratitude. Sounds like a very equitable business exchange. So, what's first? What's first is we must be better acquainting you with the shop. Please come with me. I think this would be a lot of people's dream boss. He seems so gentle and nurturing. Welcome back to the maintenance room. Miss Alta, the last time we were here, I pointed you in the direction of our watering can. But I did not tell you much about the other tools. They are also quite useful, yes. The broom is useful for sweeping up any unsightly leaf piles that gather outside. I don't know why this just reminded me, but did you see the announcement Power Wash Sim 2 is going to be a thing? They weren't really very clear on what was new about it, but there will be a sequel with a new campaign, so more story mode and 2-player co-op through the story mode, so that's cool. So yeah, if you just heard for the first time, Power Wash Sim 2 is in the works. There's a trailer. And something about the cleaning up made me think of that. Alright, so you gotta sweep up leaf piles. If you find any trinkets hidden beneath the leaves, you are welcome to keep them. Similarly, if you notice any weeds growing outside, perhaps they use our clippers. It's weird that my brain just decided to substitute the word there. It didn't say beneath the leaves. I just decided to say that, but I didn't do it consciously. It just came out that way. Personally, Boro finds it quite relaxing to do a bit of weeding. Am I weird for thinking this? Perhaps. Nah, not really. You're cleaning up. It's nice sometimes. This is all quite a lot of information, yes? I will add some notes to your field guide, that way it is all conveniently written down. I hope you will be taking good care of our shop tools. Boro's quite fond of them. Also, did you see the little trains moving on the rail? This is our dishwasher. I did. They're adorable. When a cup is dirty, you could be placing it on here, one of the dishwashing train cars. Then the cup will be dropped over here in the maintenance room, thoroughly cleaned. Yeah, it's very nice. I don't know how the cups don't get trashed from that. You think them getting dropped on a hard surface, but, you know, I guess they're sturdy. It is the traditional rail, train, and waterfall dishwashing system as in the olden times. Yes, of course. Did you see how it's like segments? It's so cute, the faces on the front car. Is everything else making sense so far? Yes. Very good, I'm glad to hear. Well, you're here in the maintenance room. Let's get you some attire. If you are to run a shop, then you must look the part. How else will our customers know to come to you for tea? Oh god, people just walk up to me and ask me for tea? Or I want customers to feel intimidated. I'll go with the first one. With the right apron, they will. Here, let us see if this apron looks the part on you. Wow, with this apron, you look like someone full of excitement to run a tea shop. That isn't in any way true, and you know it. Indeed, I did know it, but I was thinking aspirationally. Okay, there's one more thing we must do before opening the shop. This way. There's a particular amount of reticence that I rarely see represented in video games, where someone is, like, not outwardly happy to be doing something, but also stoically satisfied to be doing it at the same time. Which I think is closer to how... Oh, is this a test? See if my sword is up. Closer to how I tended to be when I was, like, not eager to do something, but I'd, like, kind of get over it and then just go on with things. It's always just the worst first few minutes, right? And then once you're in the swing of doing something, it very quickly turns into not so bad. But I think it's a character trait for her that she's got to slowly be eased into it. It is your lovely sword, a very beautiful specimen. The sword is still too heavy to lift, yes? Yep, still heavy. Wonderful. It's not wonderful, but you know what I mean. Please come with me. Well, I think it would really ruin the whole message if in any way Boro was not who he says he is, right? Like, if he's trying to be manipulative at all, it kind of messes up the whole gentleness thing. But it would have been hilarious in another context if he super glued it. What are you gonna do? Put it in the stump? It really doesn't feel heavy to you. Not even a small amount. But remember, he's worked his triceps. For now, let's leave the sword right here. Perfect. It is quite lovely here, don't you think? It's a very peaceful spot, yeah? Boro, you don't know how important the sword is to me. I'd be asking where the sword came from. When I first began taking fighting seriously, I decided I would smith my own sword. It seemed like a good idea. I threw myself into it, learning everything there is to know about blacksmithing. Oh, I see. This is... Okay, so this is her touch point to go, I see now why making tea might be so relevant. Because I've learned another craft at another point in my life, and it drastically improved my understanding of things. that meticulous dedication at honing another part of me to then, you know, sort of have the tributaries contribute to the river in a metaphorical sense. But soon I realized I could easily spend my entire life just learning to make swords. It was so complex. I've heard that too. It's very difficult. If I wanted to become great, I had to pick only one thing and commit to it. Oh, okay. Well, you got the wrong message there, probably. There's a middle ground somewhere in there. So I picked only one thing, being a fighter. After that, I commissioned a great blacksmith, someone equally devoted to their craft, to make this sword for me. Oh god, Girl Glitch, what you just said is really sad. Right, so like, what if she died in a battle, and this is her way of making peace with that she can't be the greatest fighter? This is her way of finding a way out of that, to be able to move on. That's a valid interpretation, and possibly true. But that is really sad. After that, I commissioned a great blacksmith, someone equally devoted to their craft, to make the sword for me. I was obsessive. I demanded 1,000,000 alterations. We didn't stop until the sword was perfect. A sword that would let me pursue this one focus and leave everything else behind. Excuse me. One sec, I just need a sip. I'm not a blacksmith. I'm not a tea maker. I'm a fighter. That's all all I intended to be. His sword is a part of me. I feel sick not being able to hold it anymore. I'm going to find a way to carry it again, I promise. Anything that you get so fixated on, though, it tends to turn into a detrimental trait. We are always changing, transient beings, right? There's nothing about us that is absolutely fixed in place from birth to death. And I know you can have your convictions, and I guess character-wise there might be some attributes about us that are reasonably steadfast, but a lot of us change throughout our lives, and we have to be okay with letting go of certain parts of ourselves to remain healthy. Yes, I can see that you will. Boro is most confident in you. Alright, I believe it's time for us to open the shop. Are you having other questions before we start? So how exactly am I supposed to run this tea shop? Well, I suppose making tea for customers is generally preferred. But other than that, you may be doing as you please. There are no specific rules. Simply take care of the shop in whatever way is feeling right to you. Customers may very well arrive soon in case you wish to prepare any tea ingredients for them. Oh, and remember earlier you asked if the gardening instructions were written down. Well, I have good news. If you go and visit the library upstairs, in the upstairs section of our shop, there's a book in there on gardening written by Boro's very good friend, Sylvia. You may find it useful. I am quite certain Sylvia has phrased it better than I could have. With that, let us begin the exciting tea management adventure. It is beginning! Here we go. Are we doing it? Yes, we are doing it right now. It is happening as we speak. Okay, great. Good for us. Good for us indeed. Tea management. So where do the other people come from? Do they come out of that tube? Oh, you can swap an item in your hand for an item in your inventory. Selecting inventory, no need to stash the held item first. But in the options menu, you can switch the inventory button press to be toggle on or off, or press and hold. I suppose everyone's going to want different types of tea in that, and I've really only dealt with a couple of things so far. Am I meant to snapshot something? Maybe you can take a picture and hang it there on on the photo frame? Where's my basket? Oh, right, I've got that. There it is. Probably want to harvest more tea leaves, I assume. I saw there were a bunch of them out somewhere over here, yeah. Excuse me, you need quite a lot, though. It's a very heavy-handed way of doing it, to swing your basket through them, but I guess as a warrior, that's the approach. Oh, this is very cute. Little hanging pots everywhere. Yeah, it has a very sort of Elysium feel to it, right? Like, it's a very ethereal, heavenly garden. Overly idyllic, even. Where's the rest of the tea? Oh, there's some. He said there'd be infinite of these out here. I guess they probably grow back pretty fast. There, full basket. Imagine all the trouble these guys get into when they get in the shop. Alright, let's try them. So where do we find these customers we speak of here? Am I the customer? What's going on? Oh, there's one. Hello, miss. Something to be assisting you with? Nope. Excellent. I just wanted to say hi. I see you. Oh, there you are. Hello there. Yes, hi. Do you want tea? This is a tea shop. Do you want some? Oh, no, no, thank you. I'm fine. No tea. What are we doing here? So a person who doesn't want tea is potentially being served by a person who doesn't want to serve tea. Thank you for asking, though. Sure, in that case, I'll just, do something else, then. Sure. Sure. Okay. 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 Oh, I'm glad we solved that. You can hold right trigger to highlight the current location of characters you want to talk to. Highlight mode can also be toggled with right stick. Oh, there you are. You were sitting there a second ago. Alright, you gonna tell me about that situation? Hello, miss. I saw you speaking with our new customer. How did it go? I think I scared them away. Terribly. I asked them if they wanted tea, right? And they just said no. I see, and what is the terrible part? That is the terrible part. This is a tea shop. People are supposed to order tea. That is a problem, yeah. I think we should find that person and force them to have tea. Are they? Who made this rule that one must be ordering tea? You did, I'm guessing. Or did nothing of the sort. In fact, we have almost no rules here. That's stupid. There have to be rules is like rule number 1. Miss Alta, you might want to try a lighter touch with our customers. Some of them will ask for tea, some will not. It is being entirely their decision. We are not in control of them, no. Ah, I like that. That's a nice message. It's kind of saying indirectly, you're not the one to tell other people how to live their lives. You're here to be a steward of what they ask. If it's convenient and lines up with your expectations. But beyond that, you know, they're their own people. Leave them alone. But the rules... Has Miss Alta ever broken a rule before in her life? No. This person is in our tea shop. They're going to drink tea. I'm putting my entire mission on pause to be here to make tea for people. The least they could do is respectfully take tea when I offer it. I'm pretty sure you're about to be reminded of how you didn't take tea a minute ago when you were offered it. Well, it sounds like you've made up your... Who wants tea? Oh, okay, Boro is nicer than me, I suppose, because I would have reminded her of yesterday. Actually, that would kind of fly in the face of the tone that Boro tends to take. He wouldn't be vindictive like that, to push something back at her like that. Ring bell outside. There's a bell? I see a mailbox. Very Animal Crossing of it. Oh, I thought you saw a bell. Hey there, we just talked a second ago. Oh, right, yes, hello. I like your outfit, too. It's very cool. Looks like you have kunai or something on your leg. Yeah, about that. You said you don't want tea, but that was obviously a slip of the tongue. Let's not dance around it. You're drinking tea and that's final. A little forceful. I guess we'll go with the first one. Well, I don't mean to correct you, but that was what I meant to say about tea. I mean, not wanting it. So yeah, that's what I said, I think. No tea, thank you. You're being very polite, really. I shouldn't be a jerk to you. Do you know what I'm going through right now? Oh no. Alta, no. Let me explain to you what my day has been like. I have to be nice to complete strangers. I can't carry my sword, the single most important thing I own. I collapse every time I go out in the forest to find help. I'll say that one. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. And now I'm out here trying my hardest to run a tea shop for who knows how long. And my one responsibility is to put tea in people's hands. That's it. I'm sorry you have to do that. It's kind of awkward. I know it's intended to be. I think this is so we can draw a contrast to that Alta is being forceful on other people in a way that they don't deserve. To try to keep it in check that, like, this is not really appropriate. To kind of shine a mirror on, like, that, you know, your actions don't come across well sometimes. So I am going to make you a tea, and you will drink it because you're in a tea shop. Yes. Are we good? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. For what? I need to leave. Goodbye. I'm sorry. What? You can't leave. How will I give you tea? I'm sorry. I'm not really sure what's happening here, but it sounds sad. I'm sure there's more to it. Boro, they left. The person in the cape just walked out on me for no reason. Aha, I see. Did you happen to insist that drinking tea is an absolute requirement here? I see the connection you're trying to make, and I refuse to acknowledge it. Miss Altaboro is very glad to see you tackling your new role so enthusiastically, but please remember that making tea is only part of what Wanderstop offers. Customers may simply want to rest here for a moment, yes, just a break from travel. Or sometimes they're not even knowing what they want, and that is okay as well. Boro is my new role model now. Maybe you just haven't tried hard enough to assist them. Sounds like they don't need me then. Guess I'll say that. Indeed, in some cases that might be true. But then why am I here at all? If there isn't something I can do out here, I'm going to lose my mind. Otherwise, if I'm not making progress on something, I'm going to freak out. Right. Too destination-minded again. But this is part of the process, and Boro knows this is not an overnight correction to be made. So there's going to be stumbles, and there's going to be difficulties and awkwardness to try to retrain and reframe the situation in a more positive light. Well, how would you feel about using some downtime to maintain the shop a bit? I'm sure we'll be having new customers soon. It might be good to do some preparation. For instance, if there are any new plants you wish to make, perhaps now is a good time. Or if you see any leaves gathered into piles, you can sweep them too. Time between customers is our downtime, Miss Alta. It is a moment just for us. This is like literally the opposite of when I worked retail. Downtime was the most productive time. There was productive time, which is dealing with customers and doing the immediately pressing work that you have to do because there's no other time for it. And then there's everything else happens in your downtime. And so if you have time to be standing around, you have time to be working. Please, I would encourage you to enjoy it if you can. As I said, Boro is the ideal boss. Although, it's easier to be the ideal boss when you don't have bosses over you telling you what to be doing at any moment. Oh, and you can also do Boro's favorite pastime in the whole world, drinking tea. Would you perhaps try making a cup of tea for yourself? I think you might like it. You should be looking in your field guide to find a fruit flavor that would suit you. With your finished cup of tea, perhaps you'll find a nice spot to sit and drink it. Sitting in a lovely place with a delightful beverage, it's easy to let the mind wander, yes. It's a time only for you, Miss Alta. Some lovely time to do nothing at all. Yes, a wonderful sort of stuff tea is. Well then, do you feel as though you have enough to do now in our downtime? Sure. Wonderful, that is good to be hearing. I'm very grateful for your patience, and good luck with your continuing tea shop adventures. He's thanking me for being patient. Goodness. Love that stained glass. The tea shop propaganda got to me. Well, there's certainly worse things to do. I'm going to take the broom, and I'm going to go sweep leaf piles. And that will make me contented. Nope, not that one. It's like Dust Force all of a sudden. Oh, he's taking care of the birdies. Oh, that's cute. I think he's giving one of them some attention. I'm quite bad at the inventory management right now. I'll get better at it, though. I wonder if over time she'll be characterized to have a gentler sweep, too, or if that's just the way she is. Because that would be kind of a nice touch if it's like she's learning to let go a little bit of that hypervigilance. It would be kind of nice if you didn't have to switch back to the broom if your goal is to switch, or to pick stuff up and sweep. But I guess there's not that many leaf piles, like it wouldn't be that repetitive of a task anyway. I'm thinking really the story is the leader here in terms of what we're doing. The philosophy, the thought process, the gentle guidance, all of that is sort of the main event. But it's supported by some incredibly lovely visual presentation, some nice animation, a whimsical approach to this area. Just pleasant writing in general. Great sound effects as well. Everything is very auditorily satisfying. Oh, I did the thing again. Stash. Right, I think it would be awkward if they're like, you can only plant things in some spots, because that's, again, it's too strict. It's like too by the book, following the rules kind of thing. And we're trying to teach Alta to break out of that thought process a bit. And that's not to say, like, no rules is great either. There's probably a nice medium in there. I found a teddy. That's very nice. Don't really know what you do with a teddy yet, but maybe it'll be a gift for someone. Oh, I'd like to drink a cup of tea sitting here. That would be great. Oh. Have you got a package? Wiggle back and forth with L to shake the item out of the puffin's mouth. What are you doing? Give him a pet. Well, who is this handsome gentleman you've brought me? A fine specimen, a bouncy bundle of bumbling beauty. They really are that, yeah. Miss Alta, it might surprise you that the Pluffins have been in this clearing even longer than Boro has. Indeed, this clearing is their domain. You and I are simply guests. How intelligent are they? Boro has observed many Pluffins for brain activity. The conclusion, not much of it. In spite of this, I have been stubbornly attempting to train the Pluffins. I am envisioning a stack of Pluffins balancing on one another like a circus act. Miss, I am on a fool's errand. It is an impossible task. Better give up on your dreams. They really said that, huh? I'm sure you'll get it one day. Very good. That's the delusional thinking that Boro likes to hear. Does that support the greater thesis to say that? I don't know. Maybe it's not a constant concern to support the greater thesis, but... Okay, we petted the friend. Lost parcel. Alright, well, let's see what this knight has to say. Wowie McZowie. This looks exactly like a tea shop in the middle of the woods. You have stepped in a curse, friend. Oh, I love your shirt, too. And you've got a broom head and a sword and a tie. Can't say I've ever seen a knight that looked quite like you. No way, no freaking way. Is that really what this is? A magical tea shop? Yes. Amazing! Stupendous, I love it! This is exactly the kind of wild adventure that a knight would get into. A real knight. Gerald the knight, at your liege. A fair day upon you, and also upon me, who is an actual knight. Yeah, somehow I'm not buying that you're a real knight. You're not? But I have all this knight stuff. What made you think I'm not a real knight? Gerald, do you need something? The only thing I need is to be the coolest knight that Timothy has ever seen. Timothy? My son, and he's just the best darn son in the world. Yo, Buju! Oh, that was very sweet of you. Thanks so much, Buju. A very generous 10 community gift subs. Does that have us hit our goal, then? I can't get my mouse. Wake up, mouse. Oh god, is my mouse dead? Hang on. Windows sound. Oh. Oh no. I think it did that thing where it's like lost my mouse entirely. Crap. Yes. Well, we did get to 300. Thanks very much, Buju, for that. So we will be doing a first impressions of Fear and Hunger. Thanks very much to all of you today. These subs went to Coca-Cola, Rantella, Greg Chops, Too Tall DLP, Nadiums, Rich Slowpoke, Pequino Hat, Dusty Jackets, Cerebral Onion, and Metal Mike. Thanks very much. I plugged in my mouse to charge, and it's like, it's not even recognizing it. I don't know what that is. Alright, back to the game, I guess. I took him to the International World of Cheese Museum, and he adored it. Dude, who would not enjoy... Well, probably people who can't eat cheese. But I'd be down. I would try most cheeses, but I am not super keen on blue cheese, because it gives me a headache. And, well, in small doses, I guess it's fine, but I don't like a lot of it. And I would not be trying that Kazumaru, the bug cheese. I'm not a big fan of anything like that, thanks very much. But yeah, other than those two, well, other blue cheese styles with, like, heavy amounts of marbling, I probably wouldn't try. Probably try all the others, though. Did you know cheese isn't a plant? Wild, right? Really, that's the first I'm hearing of it. I was sure that it grew on a bush somewhere. Little baby bluebells. For Timothy's birthday, I made him a series of sweaters with my face on them. This is really cute. It's so that if he ever forgets me, he can just look down at his torso, and there I am. Is that a problem people have that just forgot? No, probably, mostly not. Why would he forget you? Oh, he's always going on about wanting to purge me from his memory. You know how kids are. I don't. Ah, of course. Well, as a father, let me tell you, it's very normal for a son to wear a sweater of his father's face. Would you wear a sweater with my face on it, chat? You should not do that. But I'm just saying, would you, though? You shouldn't. You shouldn't do that. Let's see another Timothy photo. This is us at 3 a.m. Oh, God. What are you doing? This is us at 4 a.m. Oh, he's had enough. This is us at 4:15. Is that a Pikachu on his wall? I suspect it might be. This is us at 4:22 a.m. Go to bed, Gerald! I can't fault you, you're very sweet, but leave him alone. I get it, Gerald. You enjoy waking Timothy up in the middle of the night. What? No, I don't. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm seeing the pattern now. Wait, is Wanderstop for everyone to figure out their stuff? Not just me, Alta. This is the place you go where you get some guidance, and it sort of accidentally always works out that way. You got another one? Here we are registering to vote in our local Fishing Ordnance Council elections. Damn. So civically minded, Gerald. Well, Timothy can't vote, but loves the electoral process. I love that for him. Or is it that he loves tennis? I forget. It's one of the two. Oh, why would you forget that? We went horseback riding. I'm so proud of Timothy. He only vomited 3 times. I hope he enjoyed it. I've never been horseback riding. Well, I think I was, like, on a pony or something when I was a little kid. But never done it, like, as an adult properly. Never been a massive fan of horses, but I guess they're alright. I don't dislike them. I know they're very fickle. It's a very nice illustration of a horse. Why did he vomit at all? It's probably all the bouncing. Doesn't horseback riding make everyone vomit? I vomited like 10 times myself. I'm not sure what's wrong with that horse. Gerald, that sounds awful. Come on, we were riding horses. Who can be upset when you're riding a horse? You got another one? Here's Timothy graduating from 8th grade. I was asked to give a speech. Or maybe I ran onto the stage and gave a speech anyway. Who can say? Did I actually talk or did I just sob at the podium? Who knows? You got another one? Here we are buying 30 pounds of corn flour. Wow, that's an impressive amount of corn flour. Are you a baker? This is kind of joke Timothy and I have where I buy 30 pounds of corn flour every Monday. Why? Exactly, that's what Timothy says every time I do this. It's all part of the joke. What's the joke? Huh, you sound just like Timothy. Are you broke now because you've bought so much corn flour? I don't know. This is from when we recorded a spoken word album together. Doesn't have any Timothy. He refused to speak once the entire time, but it's in the spirit of togetherness. I'll be honest, I got a bit of creative terror during recording, so I didn't say anything either. But it's 2 hours of silence that really speaks to the bond between father and son. Oh, that's all of them. That's all my photos. You're the first person who's ever stuck around for every one of my photos of Timothy. Now that I've gone through them all, I'm pretty amazed how many of these photos I have. Hey, why don't I just... Oh, it's got another package. Why don't I leave one of them with you? Timothy would love to have his face on a shop wall. Sure. Great, which photo do you want? I want the cornflower one. That one. Sure thing, here you go. Okay, so I guess we'll get photos of random stuff from customers, right? And then we'll be able to put them up on the wall. I don't get the impression that Timothy likes you very much. What? Of course he likes me. I mean, yeah, I may be the world's single biggest dork bot, and so lame, just so unbelievably lame. And, oh god, Dad, stop taking photos, Dad, please. People are staring at us, Dad, I want to die right now. But other than that, he adores me, I think. Sure, whatever. Would you like a cup of tea? That's what we do here, I guess. Is drinking tea something a real knight would do? Yeah, probably. Yes, that's a common trait amongst knights. Then I will absolutely drink tea as a part of my grand adventure. Is there any particular flavor you prefer? Well, to be honest, I'm pretty tired from all this walking. Do you have anything that could wake me up? Give me a big old shot of energy. I'll go take a look and see if that's a thing. Alright, field guide. Energy tea. Get some taurine tea. Puff pod. Tastes like the origins of the plant itself. It makes you nostalgic for something you never actually experienced. Something to wake him up. Oh. Chip chips remind you of those who have wronged you. Very strange. High in caffeine, Azzy's flour is what we're after here. We need to get Azzy's flour. I guess you'll wait for me to be done. Can I put that up there? No. There you go. So we're gonna sort of build, like a gallery of memories, I suppose, as we go. Because it's about the journey, remember? So we need Azzy's flour. How do I know where to start looking for that? I assume I need to find, like, 4 of them? Gift shroom. Cute. Shrink shroom. Dupe shroom. I love weird mushrooms. In video games, in the real world, any odd fungus just is delightful to me. The possibilities are endless. I think it was something that I, like, got from Alice in Wonderland as a kid that really stuck. Just that there's mushrooms with strange properties that can change the world around you. I've never done any psychedelics, and it's not really about that, but I guess that's partially where that comes from, is the origination point. Oh, Azzy's flower, is that you there? Very pretty colors on you. You're unharvestable, though. Do I need a basket? No. I think they're too big. I also just really like the flavor of mushrooms when I cook with them. They're a very unique flavor that's not really like anything else that I... Well, that's what unique means, you know. I think they quite enhance some foods. I find the taste, the heartiness of them to be very, like, satisfying. And there's such a variety of them as well. I really haven't tried enough of the wild world of mushrooms that are out there. They encompass a wide range of umami flavors, I suppose. Alright, I'm not sure how to get this flower. I didn't see it growing in a small form anywhere. I just saw that one big one, if that is even the correct one. It's just this. Oh, nice. I didn't know if they'd be physics enabled, but they are. Maybe I need to get a seed from inside the shop, or maybe I could ask Boro about it. Oh yeah, he probably knows all about it. I found a package lying around. What should I do with it? Oh, you must have found a lost parcel. Yes, that is happening from time to time. It seems that when a person loses an item here in the forest finds a way to return it to them. And apparently that way is by dropping it off here in the clearing for us to put in the mail. You take the package over to the mailbox, drop it inside. That will ensure it is returned to its rightful owner. Does that make sense? You're telling me the forest placed the package here? Oh, the forest is moving things around all the time, and it's quite common. You can say why or how it happens. These woods simply have a mind all their own. For example, Boro has been looking for his favorite pair of boots for weeks now. Did I simply misplace them? No, surely not. It was definitely the forest that moved them around. At this rate, if you see any packages lying around, you're welcome to mail them back to their owner. Alright, I did in fact find a package. Is it in my inventory, though? I don't know where it went. Maybe that same bird picked it up again? I realized I forgot to be telling you one aspect of gardening. I explained already you can make plant hybrids. But Boro neglected to mention you can also be combining different seeds by making patterns, or when making patterns. As long as the outer plants are all the same, the two simple plants will be combining together. Yeah, I gotcha. Here's an example of a pattern that will not produce anything because the outer ring contains two different plants. If you wish to unearth all the fruits our clearing offers, this information will surely be useful. Alright, that is it for the Boro informational hour, all done. So I think what you're telling me here is combine the seeds we have and see if we'll maybe get a new type of seed after. Oh. Oh, I know that mushroom. There's a real one that looks like that. It's white and it has sort of like a blood spot that comes at the top of it. It almost looks like it's bleeding. It's a very strange one. We're gonna see what happens with that when we water it with our frog. Oh, fancy. We get heartbeats. A Vreedle beat? I can't harvest that. Yeah, I think baskets are only strictly for tea leaves. Am I supposed to plant something in the center of them, maybe? Oh my god. It's beautiful. I made a pinwheel. Did you see this freaking pinwheel I made? Are you not over the moon about this thing? No. I was just gonna water it. Doesn't seem to need to be watered. It doesn't seem to produce anything. Is it just like a decoration? My favorite Dark Souls boss. Yeah, it's a wonderful friend. I'm gonna put that away. Grab some chips. I'm gonna refill my frog. That's a fairy ring. You probably need a Drummond staff. Oh. Good point. Oh, look, they're flying in the background there. Those birds are so silly. What if you water one of the birds? Will they get mad? Ah, look at him go! Oh, he's got a package. Water your bird. I think they're having an argument. The smallest argument. Stop carrying that. That's very cute. I told you they get up to some mischief. Oh, I could put it on the stump if I want. Where the heck's my mailbox? I lost it. It's there. And what about this flower here? That's how you get pink seeds? Yeah, I took these before. Alright, let's try another combination then. We want to get... Oh, wait, what about my fruit? Oh, you don't plant these. I had it in my head these were all seeds, in a way. Right, so I actually only have that option, the one set, then. And what about the shrooms? Where have they gone? I'm finding the controls, like the inventory management, to be very awkward for some reason. It's not like it should be. But I seem to be really having a hard time figuring out what button to press to do what a lot of the time. I don't know how to get the caffeine plant. I feel like you would be all over telling me about it. Hey, Boro, you know a bunch of the plants outside seem to glow. Well, I was watering a plant and suddenly it stopped glowing. It won't produce any new fruit or seeds. Aha, Miss Alta, you depleted a plant of its resources. How industrious of you. All plants are having a finite number of items which they can produce. Yes, it's true. Once you have been watering them a certain number of times, poof, no new seeds or fruits. The glowing you mentioned is actually pollen. No more fruits, hence no more pollen. It's like retirement for plants. You can imagine them playing golf and attending bingo nights if you wish. They may not be producing resources for us, but they can still be delightful pieces of decoration. Of course, you're always welcome to be making new plants if you are needing new resources, yes? More plant children to slowly shuffle along the mortal thread towards plant golf. I will let the new plants live long, happy lives. That is good of you, miss. No need to make plant golf happen before it's absolutely necessary. Can you tell me about the caffeine plant? Water a small plant hybrid. Yeah. Oh, maybe I need to find a seed in a leaf pile? I guess that's possible. We did find a teddy bear in there, which I'm not actually sure where that went. Oh, there it is. My miscellaneous pocket is where all mushrooms and other trinkets seem to go. Okay, gotcha. And none of those are the correct thing. I could throw a teddy bear into the tea thing. That would probably be weird. Oh, I found a bramble bush. I thought it was leaves. What's that? Gumball machine? Oh, it's another weird trinket. Oh, it's a massive container of sweets. Well, that's cute. Stash it away. What's that? Another trinket. It's a kind of scary bear? Well, I mean, its body shape is kind of cute, but its eyes are very intimidating to me anyway. Oh, my pocket is full. Well, what will I do then? I guess I could bring the trinkets in, place them around. It's the freezer from Disco, you're right. I never would have thought of that. Here, have that. Oh, he's got a little butt, doesn't he? Huh, a little bear butt. Oh no, it's a funny tail shape, I guess. Oh, he only has to face the wall. That doesn't seem very nice. Oh, another lost parcel. I forgot I had one in my inventory. I'll add that to it as well. I don't know what it's doing. Thank you so much for mailing my lost package to me. It seems to have slipped out of my bag. What a blessing you stumbled upon it and thought to send it back. The package contained my daughter's school textbooks. The minute she received them, she studied them front to back and then immediately went out and won a local science fair. How did she get to a science fair so quickly and immediately win it? Believe me, I'm just as confused as you, but I think it's the power of education. Here, I'll send you her trophy as proof. She won't miss it. She's already won another 4. Thank you again for your help. It means a lot to both of us. Cool. It's a science fair trophy. It's a volcano. So these little trinkets you put around the shop. Oh, I didn't know I could have the camera. I thought that was a decoration. Can I take photos with it? Of course I can. And then I could put them in the frame, probably. That's very nice. I'll get that in a second, hang on. Love that. Decorating with our screenshots. Yeah, it's funny for being a tea shop game, the amount of actual tea brewing I've done so far has been very minimal. But largely due to me not knowing where the caffeine plant is, to be honest. Oh. It's the same one. Let her brew. Make some Schrader brow. Fill that frog. Looks like the water was going straight through him. Have I tried watering this? Yeah, I think it's just entirely inert. It's a little confusing because it seems like the type of thing that would give you a seed. And I thought maybe that's all they were asking of me, is to go find that and water it, and then I get a seed I could plant and make my own. But I'm not sure where to go. I feel like I've seen all the mushrooms. I could sweep more leaf piles, I suppose. Have you tried surrounding the blue plant with pink yet? You know, maybe not. I thought I had, but maybe not. So we'll do blue in the middle. Oh! Look at you. Like a bunch of grapes. Puff Pod. We did hear about that one. Hey, Wobbin. It's very pleasant. Yeah, it's story-focused, earnest, well-made, high production value. Relatively simple, but at the same time has a lot of heart to it. Oh, the shrink room. Yeah, I found that one already. What was that? I heard a bell?
Yeah.
So I've been sent on a quest to figure out how to make a caffeine-based tea. And I'm genuinely not sure how to do it. I mean, I know what plant I need, but I don't know how to get that plant, because it doesn't seem to be naturally occurring. So I'm just looking for leaf piles that might contain a random seed that I've not seen yet. Oh, the bell was them telling me my inventory was full. Okay. Oh, am I missing a step toward... Yeah, Azzy's flower requires a question mark on the outer perimeter. So I probably need to figure out... Well, something I haven't done. So the small hybrid of all pink in a line. I was getting ahead of myself, I think. But please. I keep hitting Y for some reason, thinking that that has anything to do with it. You found it. Yeah, I for some reason also had a misapprehension that seeds would come from large hybrids as well as small. Don't know why I thought that. Oh. The frog makes a funny sound when it's out. Actually, the frog makes a funny sound. In a general sense, frogs generally do that. They just make a funny sound. Out or not. I think the frog says karopi. So I've got more pink seeds. And to what end? So now I need to do blue with pink on both sides. But it makes the same seeds. Right? Oh, didn't mean to do that. Alright, so we've got all four of those hybrid combinations. What happened to the large hybrids? Where did they go? I need something other than blue, and have I just never planted all four pink? I just never did all four pink. I thought I needed yet another flower that was not something I've seen yet. Why did I think that? Yeah, that's all it was. A fool I am, as always. Alright, we've got our Azzy's flower now. Yeah, if there's a bunch of different combinations, this is going to get really out of hand, isn't it? I wonder why they even let you drop some of those required tools, right? Like, why do you want to get rid of the water or the watering can at all? So what do I do now? Get rid of all the water here? Just dump it? There. Okay, so we need to make a new batch. So first we have to let water in. Then we've got to use this. Hold it in the burn area for long enough. Okay. We got boiled water. We kick it. Transfers over to there. Now we can add our... Oh, do I have a bowl of tea leaves right now? I don't think I do. Oh, I did that thing again. Drop down. It's an incredible amount of tea this should make. Tea it. And... Azzy fruit. Look at it go. Okay, now we transfer that. Pop down, and we grab a teacup. I think I put it out on the table before, didn't I? This is clean. I'd feel like a real jerk if I gave him a dirty cup. Alright, well, I tried to stop before it would overflow, but... I wandered, and then I stopped. Hello, Sir Knight. I bring you your tea. Here you are. That's one way to drink. Wait a minute. I feel so alert. I'm out of my mind with energy. Heck yeah, this is peak Gerald right here. This is my best self. Can you believe that people are always telling me to chill out? For crying out loud, please stop. Well, those people can take a hike, because I'm the one with the energy tea now. This is literally the best cup of tea anyone has ever made. Thank you. By the way, can I ask about whatever's happening to your leg? Yeah, his leg is, cursed. Oh, the purple smoke. It's bizarre, isn't it? I was wandering in these woods, and all that happened is I tripped and scraped my leg. Well, technically, I scraped it on a glowing purple sword. And the sword was held by an old witch muttering to herself, who, funny story, lunged at me from the shadows and screamed, "You shall bear the mark, you shall become the shade. Its prisoner, its companion, its smoldering ash left from the fires of decay. Breathe its fumes and become the pain of becoming." I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically it. Gerald, I think a witch has cursed you. Oh, sure, obviously that occurred to me, but don't worry, I'm fine. Your leg is literally smoking. Yeah, but to heal myself, I did like 100 sit-ups after this happened. So, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm in peak physical condition right now. That's not how you heal a curse. Hey, who's the knight here? I don't think you... Look, I understand. This kind of thing is probably really new for you. If it's really concerning to you, I'll do another 50 sit-ups after I finish the tea, okay? See, I'll be fine. If you say so. Glad you agree. After all, I'm a real knight. And if there's one thing knights are known for, it's physical health and well-being. Okay, time to reflect on the taste of this tea like a knight. I would have thought it would let me, like, write my name on it or something. Yep. Where's... Something new happened, I thought. No, guess not. Okay, if you're... Oh! If you're done with that, we're gonna go ahead and send it for washing. Gotta wait for the caterpillar cup thing. And that's gonna go through there. It's already clean. It's gonna be extremely clean by the time it gets out over here. Oh, it's you again. Oh, you're back again. Ahem. Say there, local citizen, have you found yourself troubled lately by malevolent spirits? Indeed, more than ever, demons seem to haunt our every waking minute. A tragedy. Surely in your own town, you too have noticed the abundance of unlawful apparitions. Wow, it's true, I have noticed apparitions. Then I say you are in good... Hang on, what comes next? Oh, then you are in good fortune, because your neighborhood demon hunter has arrived. Pause for excited murmuring. Did you know that in communities without a demon hunter present, those communities are more likely to have demons? The math checks out. Wow, that could be my community. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Surely the price of such assistance is more than I can afford. Well, my friend, this is where you are in luck. For you see, the Order of Demon Hunters believes these vital community services should be provided at no cost to you. Wow, how could it be? It's almost too good to be true. For although we know this is a controversial topic, the Order of Demon Hunters believes that all communities deserve to live in peace and security. Pause for shock gasps. That's why, for merely the price of room and board, the highly trained demon hunter before you could soon become a vital fixture in this exceedingly charming neighborhood. Please do not rush to answer. Discuss it amongst your local elders first, as is needed. I do eagerly await your reply. May your township steer toward its own greatest fortune. Cool. Anything else? No. Right. Well, here's what I'm noticing. You're a demon hunter looking for a town to help, right? But I can't give you that need because this isn't a town. So, you know, sorry or whatever. Say, let's discuss the ways in which demons may manifest in your neighborhood. Town hall meetings that run far longer than intended. Neighbors in disagreement about proper fence heights. Anxiety. And many more. Parties being thrown at inappropriate hours. Square dancing events taking place without proper permits. Conflict over what constitutes a family-friendly karaoke song. Citizens suddenly inexplicably believing they know martial arts. Neighbors mowing their lawns 4, 5, 6 times every single day. I said nothing. And then they came for me. Misspellings in community event flyers. What about just people slamming their car doors for what seems to be hours? And many more. Shall I give you more examples? Oh my god, no. Please no more, please. Look, I am trying to be patient, okay? I am trying. But I need something to do, something to keep me active. I can't just sit and listen to people talk. So, Demon Hunter, this is a tea shop. I can make you tea. That's all I can do for you. Do you want tea or not? I guess, well, if you have Vreedle tea, I suppose I could do a Vreedle ceremony. It's a particular kind of ceremony that requires Vreedle tea, so, if you have Vreedle tea, great, I will get you Vreedle tea. Perfect, thank you. By the way, what is Vreedle tea? You never heard of Vreedle tea? Don't you, run a tea shop? I'm actually one of those fighter/tea maker types you've heard about. Ah, verily, I understand. Well, Vreedle tea is brewed from Vreedle beets, but I don't think I've ever actually grown Vreedle beets before. I assume they come from a Vreedle tree? Alright, I'll figure it out. Yeah, well, we did do that, and I got the Vreedle beets. The Vreedle beets in my soul. I think you get the idea. A variety of interesting and curious customers come into the shop, ask for something unique, and we figure out how to brew it for them with a little bit of botany and combinations. I suppose we will be introduced to new plants over time. Other mechanics will probably become exposed over time as well. Stuff like that teddy bear and those other trinkets might come into play. We'll be getting all sorts of different backstories and doing our thing. It's a lovely time. Wanderstop, you've done some good things here for sure. It's so pretty. It's just very pretty. But I like the writing. I think it's very charming. A lot of times where I would have been frustrated by the game being overly wordy, I think they kind of caused me not to zone out because I actually see the heart in what they're saying, like the reasoning for explaining things the way that they are. And when there's an air of kindness and psychology behind it, where it seems like we're driving toward a major over-encompassing point, or all-encompassing point, I'm actually much more receptive to it than if it feels like people are just sort of saying things to fill space. And I guess I'm more primed to look for it when I know that there's that sort of psychological thing going on with this game. So, yeah, I like it a lot. I think this is a lovely game. I would recommend it, of course, and I'd love to see where it goes, because I know that there will be bigger and greater points as you get further into it, of course. Everybody seems like they've got something important to contribute, each character as it goes. And I think they're all going to help our character become better grounded and hopefully more patient and understanding and well-rounded in a general sense. So it's a noble goal. All right, if you liked Wanderstop, you can pick it up on Steam now. There is a launch discount because it's still quite new. So if you pick it up soon, you still get a few dollars off on it. And thanks again to the publisher sending over a key. I greatly appreciate that. If this is something you'd like to see more of, please let me know on the Discord. I'm happy to entertain that idea. There are plenty of things we could play as well, and we will be doing Fear and Hunger in the future, but I'm happy to come back to this for some more. And apologies that it took me so long to figure out to plant the same plant 4 times. That shouldn't have been that hard. I assume there was a mystery where there was not. It was simply telling me to do the same thing in larger numbers. Right? So thanks again for all your generosity today. I will see you on the next stream tomorrow night. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will catch you soon.